Adesimama Premuato Yamamunina. Omemun Samnia ma would was the iron saka. Any abuabu anwa 2 days, sir, from Tuberca Sebe, ye near tear for sing Kunya Yebete. What tear free peace? 104.3 FM's okay, 101.7 neat, 100.9. Nimi and Sawa Sip Power Sabakadans in Accra. And what hello 101.5 FM Wadumu Kumasi. Ghana man Temunia Dunsia, baby out and can Casa Fidia Bessa Duasian Numnia Chiraquamnonia, Bessa Diasa. peacefmonline.com, GhanaToday.com, on so about day, a tear for Benya be Akan. Dear Dicas, a bonum cotini.
Ghana man Penny's Excellency John Dramani Mama, dear two dress, or Yashanya, Maya Duma enter property bill, what they call Copium my Ghana Mra Shebe fee.
Any public land processing will not be processed at the Land Commission unless it is ratified in Parliament.
Man Penny's Excellency John Dramani Mama Casanedia wade to Janessa Banya or Beji feelings some MPP by name Koye Tibia Ghana one party Ghana for near Brepene Yabekwa Manoso near new penny a wabede power sika semwa kwakodi and komo Ghana ne Zambia sisia de visa free native to Kwabra Yenkura visa.
For the first time in the history of Ghana-Zambia relations, we are going to have a free visa between our two countries.
I'm not sure Virginia would know what the mother show of was I be about to Pessia to say 24-hour economy policy no and nada trust empire and NDC abandoned the Ghana form.
Which me a catcher when we were T4 in as a BBN, I would have rather. A woman said 24-hour economy, and yet they are to me, I am an
Also, for the Chira was shen someone seems to say, see inflation about 3.8%. Just some pa NDC buying 1 more year, Juma, some Ghana for better money year. I'm on a boy and Sakan says, see, I dear Colebula, Rodum, it my phone just 1 more tear, DNT. And we in some pinaka, when a yes in Kunya, ya de as some more young faster, and menu may.
MTN Tressa, a some card the time with him. And over cosmless and it is I would download my MTN app no. Would download the app with them straight away. Not as I want to walk on. Said to me, Koya da woman say, a man signed to me Quabanama for Anna.
Or hini wa Casse Boahini.
I feel Cassabon into the moon in ye. Akan Mampenny, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. When you Ghana had say we took our quabruchri. Or quakodi a Jumedius could be a war. Na saa dwumadia wo kwa akodie no ene wo kosia Ghana this year wo munsu atukwa wo saa brochire wonom a ya wo mote elusaka ni nyina wo Zambia ho ena woni wo mudi nkomo no waka kire wonim se wode nsese bi akomra sebeje fie eye na ben na tene hu ahunu se da bi saa nsese wa amfa ma o meja padie bi wo wonom a o manfo de baguro medamase into what they come Rashibe fee. Your friend say diverse teacher of public property bill. Na sabili ya waka wasimi ni tietemu ane say some time ago na eniyama yo man no dia mfa so man no agapade no na nkofo de guru medamase eno opese tuotwa into wo de emra ene nsise bi ade bebata ho a ebaya de pa say o meja padie ye de beba akoguru medamase we de emrane nsese bata ho enti se japadie bi ye de ma ankrankra a emrane nsese bata ho yemfa ma etumekuo bi a emrane nsese bata ho esanti yi ba ebeboa no o meya japadie ye nsase eniama ye wo no yetumi abo ho ban.
I want to bring something to Parliament about divestiture of public property. If you want to sell public property, you would need the approval of the representatives of the people. And so any public land processing will not be processed at the Land Commission unless it is ratified in Parliament. This will stop the rampant sale of government assets. Today, TOR is working again. There was an attempt to hand over TOR to somebody for 15 years, And I mean, really, what say do the people have? So one government can come and just mortgage, public property without the say-so of the people's representatives. And so if we pass that divestiture bill that protects public property, includes lands, includes all kinds of things, before you can want to auction property or sell off a public land or sell off a government factory or something, you have to go to the representatives of the people.
For the Atisa Wakasi, Ghana Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Ghana-Zambia, a 1 hour, or ne Ghana this year Kasi. Now we are no, and what else was on the star for Biba. Na saa star no a wode ba no your friend blockchain technology na saa technology no ebeye adwuma pa e wo lance ho se obi kwa register ne nsaase ekuro ya yetie yi nipa dodo no a nsaase document ya ekura wo mu no eye ndanta na se obi wo asase pa ye title line and the nipa ketuwa bi omu aka nyina indanta eba no saa ensase ho manso tie wo man mu no anya asam ketuwa enti saa star ya wode bayi blockchain technology no eba beboa na ensase a obi petai tra wo bebre processing kura wo befam no ho kire betre once wanya wo land document no saa ohaw ni nyina eto oba becha.
We're introducing blockchain technology to ensure that we digitize the records of the land registry. The issue with land administration, one is the registering of title and processing of land documents, and that's what we are dealing with as government. But there's also the other side where land belonging to families and chiefs are double sold to people. And a lot of the time, people who go to buy lands don't even go back to the Lands Commission to make a search to find out whether the person selling the land to them is the real owner or not. And so they pay the money to somebody, and then the real owner pops up and says, but that land doesn't belong to this.
Dear Yate say or Kasi. Ghana Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama yeni asarma tukukwa pentra daruma NC for TBA.
Ghana Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na eka senedia wadi tujo nyina ne sebra Ghana for gini di ye gini tumutu abakese de mano wabeti no my Ghana benwa kese no so de eradisi enka no kre ne nkoyi aho kire pa wohia ene nkwan kro wo my Ghana memumu nhihye kra no na nhye de nyina na so titiw ene esikasem na atete apra pansam ese kontebim Ghana Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kasa wo kire sem na anu ada ne ye shine wo pa January bosme ne de toso so wo fiempino ene aduonunum se bra no wo kasa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama solemnly swear wo kan ni nyina wi afia de nkrata hye ne sem so wo man ne tebia we na MPP amanyoko kremu ye je mu de se ne sitie no se anti ateso a kire se wo mo kasa na yesiesi o man na we have the man ene ye dwumade na sia de Ghana ayekra behwe no enti ye kodi nyina ebusuafo nya ye huni ana o Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama we ne fo apare miensesi wono ma wo kwa apro wa Zambia man mu na woni Ghana de hye bi hye na wodi nkomo no wose nya wo beto de ebusuafo se ene ne pa na hwe nkrata animu anke be unse enkoyem eba ne yesikasem a enye saso ene ya pomoden wonsem adehia ene kua honsem ensem pina kan wo na wa kirekire mu.
It's been unprecedented in the history of the Fourth Republic that any administration has been giving a 2/3 majority in Parliament. And so it puts an onerous responsibility on us because it shows that Ghanaians' expectations are high. They've given you what you need in terms of support to be able to reset the country and create new opportunities for them and for young people. We inherited a country that was sick, let me put it at that. The economy was in crisis, governance was in tatters. We had so many issues in all sectors, in education, in healthcare, in agriculture. And most of all, we had defaulted on our debts. debt to GDP had risen above 100%, and nobody wanted to lend to Ghana again. Ghana was almost becoming a basket case. And so we fought the election on the overarching theme of the reset agenda. We said that our objective was to win power and reset Ghana in all sectors.
And near your quartier, Ghana man His Excellency John Dramani Mama Nanusi and Yaginim, say Kane Ghana man penim, His Excellency Nanado Danko Akufado de Biadam, Wafrujina Simpiani and Passion Wakasasiam, was one of their fapem papa party to any sikasem with Jaya Wadema Ghana for into one who say any dear when him say Ghana for Tibia woman emuya pa.
For you, not just as a leader, but as a fellow Ghanaian, humble by the trust you have placed in me and inspired by the resilience and fortitude I've seen in each of you. Together, we've walked a journey of transformation, and it's a journey I will always cherish. In the years I've been privileged to lead, we've worked tirelessly to lay a foundation for a Ghana that is strong, united, and full of opportunity. The free senior high school policy has given hope to millions of young Ghanaians and their families. We've seen our healthcare system strengthened, our roads expanded, our industry strengthened, our agriculture revitalized, and our digital landscape transformed.
And ye kotie kane Ghana man His Excellency Nanado Danko Akufado na sansem wenti ye kwa mano so ne anim defo wabene ye wosikasem wasansom eye senior lecturer at University of Ghana Legon Dr. Jordan Fair ye ni opani kasa ye bisa ne san NSC etie ye wura kwa abawie Daga kwa ba o yeah, to nka wa house so wa homa na se emu nhye dan na ho saa. Enti doctor ne ebe ne se ye san frɛ wo biom ohun ye san frɛ wo biom na afen komo no yetimi edi san se omanfo se ho hia pa won pese omhunu se nsɛm a mampani dada wode to dwa ne mampani wɔka no ne kwan so ano no anase wedi esi pai na afe wadwe ntoato betimi di ama Ghana fom ɛfa no man Ghana tebia ye wo sikasɛm wo hwɛ bebia MPP abante so na inflation ehuru ya akogina se kwam na sisi anom NDC aban betena so a na anu ada ye bu nkonta nura inflation aba begina 3.8%. Na ga kwa babiom
ya me
apomba kwa de
yes na ro
ayo yada nyame ase yate wonka so emu nhye dan na ho so ye befa ne sa ma yenhwe anim se ba ne Ghana amanyosem a wato obo ase de wani adi ekira ne sa chichiu ani yesikasem ne MPP aban je ekire ma NDC aban beto aso no ohu ne sen
yo nyaba amenka se amaminika tifo menka and the not inflation is 30.9. Yes, $1 is do now $1. Interbank so and then 15. It's way not Ghana. Now it is now for TV now and no other now call any shot. This or to do who's economic recovery. Yes, peg. All this to Emma and there's a Bank of Ghana far obey after some times so I want to check and so almost boom what is
hey doctor hey wadama ye brepa nkomo no so ehu hia omanfo
Komenim kakra.
Ti anka ye hwese nka nwumre sisi ade ye bre pass ye bete nka we de ye sre wada ama
Yeah, ne nwumre na ye di sanka man ya.
Enti nimdefo wasikasema wachradia wa University of Ghana Legon Dr. Jodom Feni Koya na nke yepesi edi nkomo nanso ahoma no eni amuaye yeguso yebo ahoma de wafa yenkuye ni mu ayi
yo ene yanko nsam foforo so na Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources ona wakase your friend Honorable Yusuf Sulemana watrese President Wayadio His Excellency John Dramani Mahama papa woni mutompa edabia obekon wo be ma no sam pani ka se yesmo benyansafo yensuma na montenten a eye nokure sa wo sha Ghana den na wo sha Ghana na wa etrese JDM wo reset Ghana papa dia manani ade ne se Enfresna abakunta abufuo pani de betu dwa enre ya wotre se adrop kura abafom 3.8 ya bakosem yenhunu bi da we kire se ampa wo resetu o man ni yie ana nyase bia na ejina baabi ena tekoda ye ena saba baabi o ya friend se consecutively ati abafom atu 11th consecutive fall until now and I say ababe jina 3.8 we say one young komisini one say next time wa womba sabe babu akonta bi okura no na asa ate abafom ye di adanse ye say amemu wo papa nie papa wa ya ade o wo chance say ya wode to akwam ne niam pa wo ya etresa resetting agenda no is on course.
The facts are there that this government has done so well that today inflation has dropped to 3.8%. And you have our colleagues on the other side who will not tell the truth. Now, if I say that it is reflecting in the pockets of Ghanaians, others will look at me and say that, oh, he's from the other side, he's defending his party's position or his government's position. The best would be for you to go to the market. The best would be for you to go to the lorry stations. The best would be for you to go to the filling stations. And then you will ask yourself whether or not the inflation that we have experienced this time is reflecting in the lives of Ghanaians.
Dear Yate say Okase ye Honorable Yusuf Sulemana or your Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. One fans what yes, I be no say transport to Buona dear I say was soro kakra and what say I was soro. Nemum and yabako for one anani abrewa. Yen I am for yanun tumbi. Yanen some trefoya number 1. Civil society organizations I would want to see number 2. Yen I am country driver for say a driver for Montima sent to a dear bosu Nanya bankwa nenya.
What is that? Prices of certain commodities are reducing. Today, price of fuel, this inflation is reflective in that. What you and I should be calling upon is that why is the transport owners not responding to this reduction? And that shouldn't be the work of only government. It should be the work of all citizens, especially people, civil society organizations. Should be calling on transport owners, should be calling on drivers to let the impact of what we are seeing reflect. Look, I've seen so many drivers, they themselves, coming out and saying that indeed price of fuel has gone down. I've seen somebody using fuel to wash his hands. He told his colleagues that, yes, in Chi, I am for something.
Dear Yate say Okase, your Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Yusuf Sulemana. Na ne die tiri na emrasibeteni a wetirama adese wo bosomefra ho abato mpeso aso Honorable Asafo Ejaye en wote so de ndc fo kanyina kenken kwa eyankrata aso de ukofom anya sa nete.
I won't be even surprised that the inflation will go to zero. I wouldn't be surprised that the inflation will go to zero. They've been so good, they've been so tactical with everything on paper. CD is depreciating on paper, inflation is going down on paper, everything, interest rate on paper. But the reality on the ground is not. Go to the market. A lot of the items, check the rent, I am a very young man, now coming up, finding my feet. It's about 15% increment in my rent. So imagine the number of Ghanaian youngsters, young ladies and guys who are renting in Accra just like myself. And now your rent has been increased by 15%. Yet they are telling you that inflation is 3-point-something%. Check the school fees, Legon. Check their hall. Ivandi, go and check the Elizabeth, say, go and check all the halls. Both the traditional and the other halls. So expensive.
The taste or Kase Bosome Frehum Brasibitene, Honorable Asafuete Aye. William Gentune Emmanuel Akoli.
Yet Wakasi boy saw a dear Chem once and for Frost or my Ghana and Zambia. Edwin Sasha and Tiasia Pamas in Tisia no copium was Zambia, who here visa, Obisufi Zambia, no one need Chem or my Ghana Musa who here visa. Now when I and Sembio saw for Shama who Dawson some Yera, Samuel Okuja to a black or to drain him. Say Ghana man Pennis Excellency John Dramani Mahama, a in the 4 Parliament says he wanted to walk on and penny forcing to Son Kwan and Tinti Wokobia, Wajina. In Central for Dinkomo. Yera Black Wakasana watches away and Shema Pebetimia Bois. Na Jedia won some etimia fun into my pefra. Sansa was Zambia na pesobe PM or my Ganamu, would the Jawamre, Uyavesa. Vesa no crowpa, ultimate tempentenqua, Beshane, O dear brochnan as a phono. Sisia sa, Wahan womo ye through Hodom. Saso Edna Ebano, said Sisianum periformia no besha say, will be a Juma Swa, Sapa Pepe, Nebesia Cordia Momum, will be 2 PM or Ghana, Nasa Zambia, so Cosqua, and also Vesa Hun Sembian Huntinya, dia Sani Panum, Quimbias will bet me a bread. Openia Trasuya watches a bebwa Ghana ye papa pam, and Untin Brumia Gay Cassadi or Mampenim, His Excellency John Dramani Mama with 2 Quanya, walk what do one dinage one concobwa, na film Comoma Pantimin Coso, na a mime new Wenkita Hudianum, Entimi and Quadinim, and Sembi and you.
We are prioritizing your smooth mobility. And one of the major outcomes of this state visit, which you hear President Mahama talk about, is that for the first time in the history of Ghana-Zambia relations, we are going to have a free visa between our 2 countries. So you no longer have to stress about visas. So we are going to have a visa waiver agreement. And it is one of the conditions that President Mahama gave us for this visit. He said, Foreign Minister, if you don't make this happen, don't join me on this visit. So Chief Director will tell you, whilst I was in Latvia, I was on her. She was chairing the technical committee meetings. I told her that you know the directive. And at 11:30 p.m. last night, they reached out to their president, and he said, if it's my brother's wish, I'm going to grant you. So we have the visa waiver agreement.
And yeah, you was so for ya was shaman and some Yura Samuel Okuja to a blackwa. Sansom Wigna and Central is Salamat Kukwa Pinto, and now what Troy Yawade as some yam. Ya Pimso de Niachemo, I want some fufromo. And Rasha Bejania, which now what the Madisham, war for Sia be about 1 peso, so do a poemantem. Would when each or my gun and Rasha Bejosia. I bet your Koya was Jessica Sams with Dimwaka to the Payera, Kojo Ponkroba Nekasim, what 2 billion no dene, and their money and this year ban say, eh. Enti ye kodi and ya buying bapa said ya no watch you Ghana for some what the 24-hour economy policy can was some and ye kase say ya dia policy in Ghana for ye huniti was say a yatron na da some and what they da Ghana for sabim where ye Ghana for mam what the son some way out to Jabra now one in Central for dim common was same sa 24-hour economy policy ni say nya me ya aduma nedue na wash him same and wo my Ghana mro shebe de film what the ba to Jada film penifo adwenjen ho hu say anya bia ye begia tum anase anyintum na wonu anka se wati amudi ne wose a na sa ade we wo ntimi nye wose wo ntimi nya da NDC amanyo company fo danka sanim wone enam ade bia da wo bode ro kire Ghana form eye 24-hour economy policy no wo mo anim sa ade ne ntimi mfa enta kresa wo show my Ghana sabia eye system ne esitia wono de wa kire mu ye papa se wo show aman bi atwa ho hia titi oni amaya wode 24-hour economy policy ye juma sa man wontimi nkase bia ye woni pe bia wo bia no se tipo wona be kire se yesi anase yesi ento no kra de wonim ye ntia o my Ghana ye kukura to ye ho so a ye ka se 24-hour economy system no betimi ye juma wo se ye nheda ntia sinti ene ye ka ne sei
Oh no, they are banned. Maybe fear say I'm pensem. Which me a catcher when we tea for you know say BBN. Who would have rather. Omun said 24-hour economy. Nenya de on me. I am an we are seeing in economy so much me 24 hours. No be any 24-hour economy authority. For what should that the 24-hour economy authority bill number say? I say you be criti ejumo kubi a number 24-hour economy so because first one year omun yefe second year ya ba me quarter one e bendi omun say you be do start ya omun nim price nya de be yi nti omun criti sa na ma we say number akaso afini ye tutu niema na ye criti authority no kra budget ni ma ye ntina so obeye ma na ye ya wo say ejuma ba ko nkofo mi ensa be ye ombe na 3 shift na ma order na nkofo nye ada na here authority
Yera kojo upon kroma amanesi hodma to aso kirem se Ghana say yewo abanyuma hodro bi a wo no ye adwuma 24 hours no ebi ne say ansabia OPD ne lab hodro wo ye adwuma dada nti wo no de obesrem Ghana nsentrofo ne yankasa ye omanfo sem ye
three shifts a day. The 24-hour economy donor there. Who the your parliament now. You bet personal cross by cross. Many numbers say who the rather be BNM. And you know the best critique you may be out baby.
Emra Shebejeni ya wejina ho de ma de hye wo foase ayire bi abato mpesua so wode wani chemo my God Emra Shebejo fiese abedweko ya wo mo hwe sikasempunto so wodi mu akotene yewura kojo oponkroma sansem wenyina ye nua bema George Osei na tro besom yen
a medical laboratory professional workers union ya wo mo Kolebu teaching hospital ana o ma tietie o mo so o mo nya dumansa o mo ma mre kakra kosi Sunday February da toso woche na no kra ye phase 1 na wo mu wi na wo mu di phase 2 no asan de ato aso enti wo mu kwa akwaje ayare hye foforo e wo Kolebu ho ya ye fro no se outpatient department ye OPD no wo mu di wo mu nhwe wo mu na mom impd patients no de wo mbese wo mu ansa etire no wo mu de no nso ato aso na chapter chairman ma medical laboratory professional workers ya wo Kolebu teaching hospital John Kofi na koja and what say union no wa direct members ni nyina say wo PD for de mem wo mu nse wo no mu ansa na impd for no na ya wo mu ani nko wo mu ho kakra wo mu tre say asem ya wo mu ka kire mpanimfo atedada wo mu nya ho se wo mu ka kire mu say Omu establish adie bia ye friend say Allied Health Services Directorate. No omu appoint key laboratory leadership position. Enfamu obie edibesi ne omu tun wa basesini enti omu atie omu nya adwuma.
Na otwe mu na yema yempanyufo mo Kolebu nti yese nyema na ekoso ye lab hono ye ni nje ho dedika na ya adwuma be ya fini ya ni head of department na yense ni laboratory manager nti na ama adwuma na ye no ehwa ye nti omo ye se afibia nso omo ye procurement omo ton ye ma be adwuma nti enya nti yese mpase privatize adwuma na ye no omo di ma obi na oberane na contract na ye hu ye enti na ye nim ye da enti ye trot ma omo so omo ye hu nyema ni nyina ekoso na omo ye head of department enti sa na otwa mu fiada no se etwam na yanto mo nkan na ye nra ka ye nya adwuma bio ti no se aye he so man twese advert na nsan a strike ne de ye ntwam na strike na two face me oduada ye kɔ no ye beto atia bio
na eno ati na wasa atre se adie we o maka ho asem a dada estela wo mu mpese wo mu beye enti about 200 laboratory professionals krampo o ma ye frustrated.
Oh, lab for nankasa no ya adwuma Kolebu ya bro 200 we lab for nankasa ya bu 200 say ye hwe OPD for no say lab no ye 24-hour service yani management ekwatna health minister no ho na health minister man chief director and a buy and no mo kire say one ye pay allied health director because Kolebu no one allied health for one ye profession be 23 ye ni director any report medical director also did say fie bia so papa bia wo mmabebre no wa ma meti ase no odidi wa ja se ntia no efi mmetinti atwam no omo mfa ya asem nya asem ye hu hia omo nsa maye obi obedi enim na hu se da mpanyimfo ya ntinto kokwa nkyere omo a omo de sika medua nanka
dear T say or Kase, a chapter 10 Mama Medical Laboratory Professional Workers, a Wokorebu Teaching Hospital, John Kofina Kuja, Prince Bafo Asamoah.
Aso ya wo sha my Ghana pomode won samso na ekase wade a wo kanyina ne sesisi an wo mo ye hyehyeye e dia ma doctor fo aye timetu post wo mo kwa kopie mu e wo nkronkuma mu sesisi asafo no tete na nka ye fie pa na se dan pa de de ma tinem hyehyeye ma pa ye ya masafo nyina ne se ye sanso e ma wo mo hyen e dia ka ho na aboa wo dwumadie kwankyerefo pani ya wo kasa de ma so ya wo sha my Ghana pomode wo samso Tony Goodman wade sanso mo nyina to dwabra na wade sentrofo di nkomo no say na anu ada no amati office won beti a kokoko doctor ni na abai wo ba ya won say a baby a posti metoye baby ti say tumu baby ti say samra boy baby wo hot ma from plains wonom side ne chi say mitwa nsu ansa makọ na mikodu wo pa enwoma eboa ma sitine mutimi koyie no mehwe kuro no so a mehunu bi ntimi de ebe ya posti we de munyi mfiri hodom tumu wa mempe obium na momfa mento bia foforo no osuo akoso ache na eyade bi ha adwene nti nyom guso a wo mo bantina sisi a minister asase a wo ka ho asem a wo chese wedie ye behwe timi aboa ma afidie se be anya fie pede ma fie no so de wo mo pefie na fie papa wankasa wo kotene ma tim se esi wom se fridge na wo pe tv na pa ye bepe ni nyina kama de egum ye wi a ehyen ye besan so de wakosan se a doctor fo an wo mo complaining nyina kire se ka kura wo kofo bi wo no ma o hwem na mehwe o sa ka ni bi da tim na doctor ni a wo kwaji ni pa nkwa pa na sebe ukoti biemu atise ha adwene pam wane maame bia makwafo ne di nkoma wo kyense mu sei
bina wo hwana ya base esama minti benko minister no eto na eko okwa oni MCs ni DCs MPs ahemfo Asia emu eti asese doctors na ba no mbaboa ye manfo na wo ho ni omo kani omo so mo accommodation this a bit ni yenti obiansi 2 bedroom bi e won district on pair car at least doctor ni na ko jo betini dia ko na yam providing yam bi arama omo ho hanka omo ba industry no e won ye fair no rural incentives awoko na e wasa woko back to postgraduate training na wo ga ko kansa no bia owo Accra na ase Kumasi ako about promotion and answer other scholarship wo benya no ansa na sa ni penenya ntia no ni nyama ye de gu akwan ba sa ni mu nyia wo ko ba still ko na prefer ko
na yera Tony Goodman amanensi wadu man wasi wedie wopacha wasre enkotojogu from sadansayem wasre doctor fo ne se wedie baby ade utu bia ode hwanyankopo wanim na hwani pa wo mo ya yafo bi won man sabo na ne ho aka wo biti pai ne panka doctor ne wigina ho a obetimi ahwe safo no na wo dwene ka na se bi efie papa bi abetina ho nti wo se won kwadia wo se wasre reposting the ministry ne ka asanso esisu dua se nyade a wo besanso yi free baby ade wato no ato baby foforo na emum enhyehyɛ ya ministry ne ye ne se efie papa enche obenye bia tenem sa so enne hye betimi aboa akobedi ho nsem se na no so de tudwa
je boy homo de ye je sa period ya na sa opportunity afre eniano doctors ya post omo akọ ami ya na se omo nko na omo nko boa na change bi ni minister na se mo bi change mo bi na bi ya de a wase omo ejipeni ye sre na ye so ya ko tisi ni na no ma jipeni se omo ye ejuma wo ho no ba ko rara ba ko ewo ya sika minister na energy
eni ekoti yera Tony Goodman wakasa de ma asoya wo hwe me ya pomode wonsem so wane ma me bia makwafo ne di nkoma nsem wode tudwa
a Minister of Lands and Natural Resources Osaya Mrasebedeni ma de se wo elembele onabo ama kufibua ana Olivier watrasa ya forest ya wo Ghana hanum sei no it's about 288 forest reserves here. Sa forest emu 44 there sabre garam safe no uma se no kra womo a destroy no na minister etrese se ye jaima womo konswa se yensa ase no ye kwaye no se ya dia ehu pa na semu a wo kan say forest reserve no emu enkronkra de yɛntumi nkɔ hɔ kyerɛ sɛ foreigners ya wɔn tu afam wɔ agudie wɔ kwan bɔ ne so a wɔn sɛ kura akodi a ehu wɔn ate hɔ no mo abɔ so wɔn na ɛkorɔ as at now say bɛsɛ 6,000 hectares a ɛyɛ forest reserve a sɛ woyɛ equivalent a asa wode tutu biribi ho a bɛɛ te sɛ football field baako 8,000 no wɔn asɛ ne nyinaa yɛbɛnyɛ sika ɛnyɛ sika ketewa bɛsɛ billions of dollars ansa na yɛtumi ɛrekremu saa nsaase no ebi wɔ asante mantem ebi wɔ atɔyɛ mantem ebi wɔ atɔyɛ tifido ɛhɔ nom nyinaa wɔn asɛ ne nyinaa na minister yi ɛyɛ stakeholders consultation ɛna wɔkatara adehyɛ no sɛ wɔn de nhyehyɛ bi kɔ mmarahyɛbadwa fie yɛfrɛ no Forest Wildlife Resource Management Act a ɛba bɛboa na yɛrekrutu nipa no bebree especially forest gas no na ɛnyɛ si yɛrekrutu mu kɛkɛ yɛsa mo mu akode akyerɛ sɛ nipa bɔnefoɔ no a wɔn hyɛ nwura mu hɔ wɔn sɛ yɛ kwayɛ etuo ne akode ekurakura wɔn mu no ehu paa nti saa mmerɛ yi ba ɛbɛboa.
So Ghana has 288 forest reserves. Fortunately, we began last year. Interestingly, I think it was the day I went to the ministry was exactly 1 year when the vice president visited us. And when I went, we were told that 44 of the forests had been completely impacted, decimated by illegal miners, and with devastating effects. We were told that 9 of them were red zones, which we couldn't enter, because they've been taken over by armed gangs, mostly foreign gangs. And that over 5,500, in fact later has been revised to over 6,000 hectares of our forest reserves, equivalent to almost 8,000 football fields, have been completely destroyed. That we need billions of dollars to reclaim this land.
Na enwati no nyanyamfo Emmanuel Amakofibo a ɛtoa so a wɔkyerɛ sɛ aban wɔnten na ayo wawia taa so sɛ galamsey no obetu aseɛ na nyɛ sɛ yɛtu aseɛ kɛkɛnza ase no yɛbɛsɛ rekrimu na yɛduedue nnua wɔ so sɛ de yɛbɛyɛ akwayɛ no ɛbɛsan kɔ back to the normal position no anetie no.
The Ashanti region, the Western region, and the Western North region. So now your region is part of the devastation. So now this year, and this is one of the reasons we're gathered here, we are going to plan on continuing to plant for our tree for life restoration initiative. About 20 million seedlings is what we are targeting. We are also targeting additional 1,000 jobs through the Forest World Champions program. We are going to complete stakeholder consultation on the draft bill on Forest Wildlife Resource Management Act.
Deɛ te sɛ ɔkasa yɛ Onyonyamfo Emmanuel Amakofibo a ɔyɛ Minister of Lands and Natural Resources a ɔsaya mmarahyɛbadwani ma adehyɛ wɔ Elembele, President ma Western Regional House of Chiefs, ɔsaya Paramount Chief ɛwɔ Esikado Traditional Area, Nana Kobena Nketia a wɔtɔ so enum ɛna Nana kasa yi wɔse a nti Ghana paa na yɛte biem awie sɛ amoako ne yɛdui first paa sɛ wɔdoma nkumaja pade a wɔde ma yɛn yɛfrɛ ne sɛ natural resources a na nature kora ɛfɛ kɛkɛ ɛnɛ yɛatena wɔ no mu ahwɛ ɛma amanɔnefoɔ aba abɛsɛe yɛn kwayɛ yɛn saase yɛgya padeɛ di nyinaa de ama yɛn wɔn wie nso a wɔn kɔ wɔn mu kurom.
One of the things I've been saying, anytime I go to Prestia, I go to Bogor, so I weep when you extract, it doesn't get back. Now have it in your mind, who is the poor person who needs my resources? Infante, the poor person is Mohia Mazen. In here, I have the resources. Somebody sitting in Europe needs my resources. He's the poor one. But they've inverted our minds in such a way that we think we are. What do they have? Technology, tools. If I don't have them today, I'll have them tomorrow. But when the resources go, they go forever.
Dear yate sɛ ɔkase ɔyɛ President ma Western Regional House of Chiefs ya ɔsanya Parliament Chief ma this year wɔ Esikado Traditional Area Nana Kobena Nketia ya wɔtɔ so enum Western Regional Minister Honorable Joseph Nelson and what be to us on what I say galamsey ntokwa no wo mo ko but to be frank obetumi akatre Ghana for say enya ade a eda fom wo kono eden papa tre say enya motie de osonson nyonko ne tasaburansam a webu achacha etre say regional coordinating council no resources ya wo mo de beta kresa niema no eden.
The issue of resources for the RCCs, I think it's also very important. I get reports in real time about farms being decimated, something happening somewhere that needs immediate attention. Lack of resources will not permit to immediately deal with it. So these are some of the challenges. So I think that because all of us have accepted that galamsey is a menace we need to deal with, we must also find the resources to support the RCC.
Support the RCC. Western Regional Minister Honorable Joseph Nelson. Yenia apia dankwa Rock FM.
Ghana Revenue Authority woma sadia kese pa ne se wombe hyajeje to na yede asiesie wo my Ghana to ne de wom guso a womoje nanso de ubo a womo bondodo na chese to no wom ntua enti sia no empanifo asigina se womo ba besi montene so titiw ene wani e bi enwuma wo my Ghana movat nhihye no woni so a na Ghana mratimi abo Commissioner General Edema Ghana Revenue Authority Anthony Kwesi Sapon wa chechem se sisia no my Ghana mu ayetie businesses anase enwuma bese wo hamunchichemu edusia obi wo hono a ne tax yankasa se wo file no wonye da ena ne wo ka kira no se obi wo ho a wono se obeba ogiare mpanifo sika minya niu na so no oboa obekom na ebia wonya 100,000 Ghana cedis wo wi a no waka kira se sika no kwa 70 esha obi kura ne de ne se we bi adwuma no pa na so nya de a ne din ewo Ghana Revenue Authority wo mun kratem yewra sapon wo de sansem wo nyina tudwa bra na wo ya amamre ne amane nipa bese edununsiam wo ye National Tax Compliance and Enforcement Team wo mu na eba besi montene so ne yahwese anya bia simesi we business na we bie no wutua to a na eba na vat nhihye na wudi so ana dwemtenani Commissioner Domestic Tax Revenue Division ewo Ghana Revenue Authority Dr. Martin Kobium Yamborigan no pani to ne bo ase kire mu a wo kire se wono de wo mu hya ase no wo mu ye se wo mu nya ne hey nti wo mu si montene so a no wato obo ase a cheche mu de a kire se wo ye oman ba pa wasede ne wasudi a wasa wo ye na ade bo oman ni so obetimi etua to afevat won hyehyɛ no obetimi edi so nti na wo mu hwe ne mum ese wankasa befiri wo pemu aye na nso bebre na ho no ma saa adesua we wo mu nsa kapa na nso wo mu abo mu sisi brazia se wo kasa kire mu a nya de kwa bia so wo mu tientim wo sisi asa tim ni sem wo mu si montene so a wo behwe business ahodo ye bie wo my Ghana mu a chese ba pass ye ntua to wo mu ntua wo bi wo no so a waje to no na nso waje wi a wo kopie mo je a penifo nkyɛn a wo beka cho se sika ne nya saa na tie ene hwa ene wo se obi wo no ma VAT no so wonye saafo ne nyina ye nkrofo bi a ye behwe se Ghana mra ne won beko ahye
enti ye ka kyerɛ ho sɛ yan ye de saa adwuma hyɛ nsɛ afi asase de saa kroma ye tisi ye no ye betie si ne kase mu ne da ka nsesan a eba VAT ho no na de ye be ne sɛ ekuo a ya te ne ya da na di omo be boa no ma hyehye enema e be ma yengiare officers emre to mre no ye be call businesses ho from street to street from shop to shop ni ahwese omo VAT nsem na tesen ye hwese omo register de di kan ye hwese omo register so omo jeje na de toso miensa omo ejeje no so omo atua ama ban ye free say sankita hundie no ebema businesses ne consumers ehu omo asede se eto VAT no ombedi so
na yera safa amanesi wonu ma no wase wasre business set team ne ba won nkyɛn nya abotre mo wonu wo nkasa yie kasade ya na emakoma dwo enya afi na wokotiatia no wase wobesre pass nhyehyɛ ne nyina nkrata no yese fabra na wodi aba na watwe odi fefefe na bibia timi akoso wano
na omo edi so nyina no ye bo maba so ne akase omo nkoso endi so omo nso a efri afi etwa mu na wie ye no omo ndi so no afia sha said ye show mun kran sha say omundi so omo ndi so a yen GRS yen sa ebe kan omo a eno de omra kwan so no yɛnum bɛdi ne nyonyo nti yɛbɔ ama businesses na say a team no ɔmo bɛba ɔmo ba ɔmo nje ɔmo wa tu na ɔmo no nyɛ adwuma na ɔmo mo yɛhwehwɛ ɔmo nkotam mu na ehu sɛ ɔmo yɛ deɛ sɛ ɛfata na ɔman ma nyinaa nso yɛsrɛ ɔmo sɛ yɛnam viete to so ɛna yɛde bu ɔman de yɛ mputundwuma te bebia obɛkɔ biara a wɔtɔ adeɛ sɛ atadeɛ sɛ wakɔ restaurant bibiara ɛsɛ agye viete no ojo invoice a no abusa sɛ viete me viete invoice wɔ he.
Enti yera Anthony Kwesi Sapon wani ya Commissioner General Ghana Revenue Authority na futua wadema wani ebi enyuma wa mai Ghana mu enono. Sansem wege na yensencho ni penny. Naomi obene wan wasi nkonya tro ya wasre Ghana for se etuo wonye ntimu ntua moto ema Ghana Revenue Authority penny for NCC omai no.
Sebeteni a wotina ma adese wo Ablekumanov. Onabo Erabna Oben. Ena udi sa discussion yenim ewa mrasebeje fi a wosere se ayi cancer patient no February da etoso enan bia wa afi bia mu ene yeyi esi wono a yede ka cancer ho asem ekwan befa so a yebemu wo manfo ehunu se cancer no ewo ho ekwan ba ne yebefa yibesi ano uhunu ntamu a de na sasa wo ye eni kwansa wotena wono manu ka akire eno wona wo mo discuss ya and what I say ebetumi a cancer treatment centers no yan tompeti amantem ni nyina na nkoba se aya sabia ba akopɛ ena won kran ha ehwo pɛ na patient ni nyina wo mu koguo na bia nipa kro wo fire kire ni bentaya tiso wo mu nyina foro hyan ebegu sa ya sabia no wo mu ntretre mu nkommea ahodo bebre.
One of the most worrying aspects of cancer burden in Ghana is late detection. Many of our citizens still lack access to regular screening services, and where such services exist, affordability remains a major barrier. Cultural beliefs, religious belief, fear, misinformation, and stigma further discourage early health-seeking behavior. Right Honorable Speaker, despite these challenges, Ghana has made commendable strides in recent years. The Ministry of Health and the Ghana Health Service have expanded cancer screening programs, particularly for breast and cervical cancer at regional and selected district hospitals. The establishment of oncology centers at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Konfuanochi Teaching Hospital, Tamale Teaching Hospital, and other facilities have improved specialist care.
Na dia yate se wakase ye Ablekumanov mrasebeteni Onabo Erabna Oben. One found so ena woda president ase se wodana sepa cancer issues ya watini nyina de akwa Ghana Medical Trust Fund ya friend se Mahama Care ya patients ya womu niska womu de bekwa akwaje ayaresa no saa yi ma Ghana Medical Trust Fund ya foto a ya gba to won ho a ya de hye enipa bia womunso a womanya cancer ebika ho.
Cancer has become in many cases a death sentence for the poor. It is in this context that I wish to commend His Excellency, our President John Dramani Mahama and the government of Ghana for the establishment of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, popularly known as the Mahama Care. Right Honorable Speaker, this initiative represents a bold and compassionate policy intervention aimed at providing financial support for Ghanaians suffering from chronic and life-threatening diseases, particularly cancer. Mahama Cares offers hope to thousands of vulnerable citizens who would otherwise be denied access to life-saving treatment due to financial constraints. It embodies the principle that access to quality health care is not a privilege for the wealthy, but a fundamental right of every Ghanaian.
Dear yate se okase ye Ablekumanov mrasebeteni Onabo Erabna Oben. Dr. Titus Beyo oye mrasebeteni ma adesi ewo lambusi en wode na no tumbia wotre se aha de mini yana kai no eye pa baby a wo mukwaje ayarehwe no treatment centers no president aya de pa se wode aka Mahama Care no ho a enne ayarehwe no kurampo ense danya din bebre bat yentrete yenkwaban mu.
There are families that otherwise would have been condemned to death. The diagnosis would have meant that they have no chance of survival, but now there is hope for them. To date, the Ghana Medical Trust Fund has supported Kolebu with close to 1 million Ghana cedis to care for both cancers and heart conditions. Today, they visited a patient who had a deep-seated brain tumor that was successfully treated because of Ghana Medical Trust Fund. And so we want to commend the President for such a huge intervention. I would want to say that there is hope for patients living with cancer because of this intervention. But do not wait to be diagnosed late, because if the diagnosis comes late, no matter how hard medical experts try, we are not able to control it. So early detection remains key.
Had I know, it's always at last. Dr. Titus Ebeyo, Oyamra Sebetani ma this year war Lambusi. Emra Sebetani a Uchinama this year war Karaga, Honorable Muhammad Amin Adam, and Wadibi to us on what I say. Treatment centers no, a bit to me, I be bredia, and yet is a bino or discuss him. Na as our trust fund ya, woman patience, Sika yadi 2 more, a ya 1 million Ghana cedis no. Was he a shakra sikanisha?
As a result of early mortality from cancers. And so if we have to give attention to cancers, we will help in revitalizing our economy from the shocks associated with cancers. I do appreciate the support provided by the National Health Trust to Kolebu for the treatment of cancers. But 1 million Ghana cedis, Mr. Speaker, is nowhere near what is substantially required to address the issue of cancers. And so we need to commit more resources to the issue of cancers. Globally, it is estimated that the economic impact of cancers between 2020 to 2050 globally amounts to $25 trillion.
The artist our Kase Karagam Rasebedeni, Honorable Muhammad Amin Adam, Deputy Minority Whip, Honorable Jerry Ahmed, and Wadibi to us on what I say, was Rabbi say, Galam say no, what Omia Nenia say Wabekwa to us here say, Yensu no asaya, and call for enormous you no, a kahubi, and a cancer no kosrono.
With the surge in Galamsey, there is a lot of heavy metals in food. That is why I would corroborate Honorable Zuera's submission on the kind of food and fruits we are having. When you take mangoes, when you take pineapple, when you take tomatoes, which can even help, that's we've been told, can even help in curing cancer. What is happening to them? Just because of the surge in Galamsey, all manner of people are having all manner of issues. And these are some of the things we have to avert our minds to, or bring our minds to see how best we can, if not eliminate Galamsey, curb Galamsey.
Dear Okaseta Tway, dear, or your deputy minority report, a friend of Honorable Jerry Ahmed, William Gentune Emmanuel Akan.
Ghana Water Company Limited in Penny for Nekase Watchers and Sentem Crawford Terry and so illegal connection air cosonam so Emeka Chichromo a 2 billion Ghana cedis. A mushroom power persuadesum Ghana for woman yanasa, if you don't persuade Mutimus woman Timmy yanasa. Now, one more trust ya watchers and another report and walk catch the Ghana for them. Debia den shia wa no adema wa man from gallons num a 220 million. Afe, we are no sin chance 106 million gallons yet. Muhun konta Nelson 140 million gallons de gentimi muhun konta. Managing Director the Ghana Water Company Limited Yera Adam Munta Wakilu no wadi tu dwabra no wade central for din komom. Wasi si anyamia ya dom Emma Revenue Enhancement Team for apo hontoma ese enkrabu mponi mantem dia wo monante hwe sanse enkra de illegal connection anu wadenem ensuo na ye ka ho asem 210 million gallons ni same nia ya de ho odense e benya dia ma omanfom eye 73 million was see how Jenny Palm, Nanina Missing. See a T. Technical from Zuayeka or Hamunchichemum, Edunum 22%. A business a draw banner is Juni Feminum, a check metusala dro bepa to be ho ane se ho efa bebia pai na nsuo ni namu yo na eba besia kom commercial losses no eyo hamunchi chemu edioson wotwe enu gina sa illegal connection we bi on ma meter ne pa na nsuo ne fem no wakwa no we mia meter ne mum enti emante po bebu nsuo ne nso sika wotu eketu ebim bili na womo yemfom so ahodo eba enu we bi wo ma waboni timu pose Ghana waterfall nsuo de mewia wasni nyina ka ho binti ena ka twitwidie we emene womo.
Outstanding arrears across customer category now run into billions of cedis nationwide. It rose from 1.6 billion in 2023 to 2.1 billion Ghanas in 2024. Out of the 220 million gallon demand or water produced, about 106 is what we can account for, and 114 is unaccounted for. And within Accra alone, our assessment over the period indicates about 22% of the non-revenue water relates to technical loss, and about 78% is as a result of illegal connections, meter bypassing, billing anomalies, and water theft.
Yera manesi hon mabu nkonta se August 2025 kosi December 2025 illegal connection nko e course 217.
To tackle commercial losses more decisively, we established 3 revenue enhancement in August 2025. Between August and December 2025, 217 illegal connections were discovered. 239 illegal connection detectors as well. Out of this, 8.6 million has been charged. Out of this 8.6 million, 3 million it relates to only 2 clients. Clients amount to 3 million. The balance of the 5.6 amount to the remaining 237. 2.1 million has so far been recovered. We have written to them. Some have come voluntarily to pay. Those who have not yet, our legal counsel has taken it to the next step to proceed to court, and soon we'll start dragging them to court.
And Central for Bisani said team ni pen ebe ye adwuma se dabi woni national security for na ka bom ayese adwuma no.
The revenue enhancement represent a strategic, structured and nationwide response to protect our revenue and streamline sustainability. These teams will undertake targeted inspection, meter audit, data-driven monitoring, regularization of illegal connect, customer engagement, working closely with the commercial, technical, and legal unit. It is important for me to emphasize all this while we work collaboratively with the national security. For each team, we will have a driver, 2 Ghana Water Limited staff, and 2 national security. And since they've joined us, we've not had any incident of a customer harassing the team.
Managing Director the Ghana Water Company Limited ye Radam Munta Wakilu Sansam Wegina ye nua bema Prince Bafo Asamwa papa bi na tworo ya wode besume ye ma ye nyina we so na ye ntwa ye ho ye ba ne aka beto aso.
Going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury Alagris paint. No be any painting be paint. The luxury acrylic paint. Paint me champion. When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury Alagris paint. No be any painting be paint. The luxury acrylic paint. Paint me champion.
Minia, Aljuda seasoning powder ya beja so obie to agusi wa pebia ye waduane de. Enya wo slack you. The Aljuda seasoning powder you been ne waduane no be ya stronko kra. Minia, Aljuda seasoning powder ya beja so obie to agusi wa pebia ye waduane de. Enya wo slack you. The Aljuda seasoning powder you been ne waduane no be ya stronko kra. Aljuda seasoning powder. It's a secret filler bio.
So wakoma ho hyehyew ana ebo periperi de broni kan hardburn no a e de na se woye na se woyam so atim so e
wo be packing a farmer Martin's liver salt tira kwan entem ahwie nsu agu glass mo ate Martin's liver salt no ba kwa no na wo de agum
wo be hu se ehuru wa glass ni mu na wanom Martin's liver salt ye won orange flavor ana ba ko so ye plain wonu mu a ho beto na mum edi nanu na ho nto wo a ko hu doctor.
Oh, we are the number one. The 15th Gold Bond RTP Awards 2025 is here. The prestigious awards is slated for Saturday, 7th February 2026 at the Accra International Conference Center. Red carpet starts at 6 p.m. The event will also award the top 10 most performed public company CEOs of 2025, with lots of artists performing on the night. The 15th Gold Bond RTP Awards is powered by Big Events Ghana and sponsored by Gold Bond, Visa King, RTP Media Training Institute, RTP Skills Development Institute, RTP Mall, AgriFed Ghana, CocoFed, Knee Fashion, Coco Trade Ghana, Ride Along, Narrow Surge Energy Drink, A to Z Auto Services, and Special Ice Mineral Water. For Peace News, to win the Best Radio News Program of the Year award, dial star 920 star 111 hash and enter nominee code 376 to vote.
Going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury Alagris paint. No be any paint, be paint. The luxury acrylic paint. Paint me champion. When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury Alagris paint. No be any paint, be paint. The luxury acrylic paint. Paint me champion.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knob.
Yama yetie for akwaba kase bonwasi. Amansan tiame kwabena mafo. Ana.
Ohine wa kese boy.
MTN at the style fufuru bia ba. Oma beboa ye nkra sisi ama abrabo kra ye simple. Onkwankwasa line fa Ode mate bat monkasa nkyere no monkasa nkyere no
onye boko
MTN obia nko MTN o download my MTN app a obekọ seamless enne download my MTN app na kọ seamless enne onsa beka eniema pa MTN for asese ni bi Yetumedie nka ye nyina atoatoa so and the sports ewo ho entertainment nso ewo ho ni tefam so me mind ti koso Romeo betna se ewo KFM nso and entertainment asem ya be o meka there be o munka o
I doubt
nya na sema no Yenya na sema brebra mama ntaso entertainment for no ba no mo abeka bi ade amamo abusuafo ya damase ama mo moniti